Hello, hello, I'm back. I got some updated news for you all. First off, Representative Omar, I can't pronounce her last name, is now gone. She was removed from her role on the committee. Why? Simple. She was very anti-Semitic towards the Jews, which of course is bad. And of course, AOC anyways, they were crying and whispering, me. Literally, all I heard from AOC was me. And the fake tears, the crocodile tears, and as one person was said, they ate some lemon heads. If you know who I'm talking about, then you know who I'm talking about. But in other news, mostly to do with this whole balloon thing going on. Like this Chinese weather balloon is in our airspace in Montana. And Biden, he actually wanted to shoot it down. But the Pentagon said no. Bit of a weird thing there, now is it? If the balloon was red, I'm sure Joey would have wanted it anyways. Maybe be with a side of cotton candy. But, onto other news. I heard about a YouTuber that was in a severe accident, this schaffrillas production. Now, I kinda enjoyed his older work. He got a few things wrong here and there. He was really obsessive about, about that over the head stuff. The actual movie. He was he made 3 bloody episodes on it, for Christ's sake. He would not let it die, but beyond the point, that doesn't mean he deserved that, for Christ's sake. Maybe tone things down with the over the head content, maybe, but going through that, he was in a severe accident that oofed. I can't say the K word, because YouTube is full of namby-pamby dipstits, but his brother and his friend are no longer among the living, which is saddening, because they actually helped, from my knowledge, from what I've heard, they actually helped him build up that channel, so yeah, that's not good. And there are some idiots out there who are making fun of it. Granted, I never really liked the guy personally. I never really met him. I enjoyed some of his content, but that doesn't mean I would wish harm on him. He's still a human being after all, and he's going through a lot of shite. So the best thing we could do is send a lot of prayers so he can get better. Not sending prayers that his family would, his friend would get better, they're gone, but the least we could do is to show us apart and try to help in any way we can. Not really through tweets or your posts, more like trying to, defend his brother's and his friend's honor, because some people are making fun of their deaths. And it doesn't matter how despicable you are, you certainly really try to, laugh at someone else's death, especially if you don't even know them. That's just wrong. But yes, that's just terrible about schaffrillas production. I hope he does get well. I would help in any way I can, but I have no idea where the bloody hell he lives, so I don't know where he is. I know he's in a hospital, but I don't know what state, which county, which anywhere really. I don't follow the man by passion. I only just heard about it a few hours ago on YouTube. Which, yes, it's a bit late for that, but better late than never. So, yes. To schaffrillas, if you are watching this, or if any one of your subscribers are watching this, I am sending my prayers and thoughts to you that you get better. That's all I'm going to say about that subject. I'm not really into this, all this stuff. I'm more of a political failure in some senses. This is more of a TED Talk or a rant show just for me, but I just wanted to maybe live out 4 or 5 minutes saying, I am sorry this has happened to you, Mr. Schaffrillas. I've I have no idea what the pain you are going through. No one really knows the pain you're going through, and you're probably not going to even watch this because you're probably too busy recovering. But from the bottom of my heart, I am sorry about your brother. I am sorry about your friend. I am not concerned about your channel. The channel is not important. It's about you as a being that really matters. Because losing loved ones is never easy on someone. It twists them inside, makes them cold, disheartening, makes them not want to have any more friends, or even really connect with their family. I've seen that through my days back in Detroit. But I will assure you that there are still people who care about you, Mr. Syphilis. And I apologize if I am getting your name wrong. I have a speech impediment that makes me sound like I have a mouth full of shite. But on to the other point, I am hoping for your recovery. And maybe in the next few months you will recover and I will welcome your return. Just please tone down on the over-the-head stuff. Okay? That's all I'm asking. But in other senses, I will be praying for your brother and for your friend to meet up with Jesus, because I don't know them personally. I have no idea what they did behind closed doors. I'm not accusing them of doing anything wrong. I don't know them. I'm not close enough to give out thoughts and prayer like that. But I will keep them in my thoughts. And not literally. I'll just make sure that they, just praying to them. That's all I really can do. No one special. But on to the next subject of today. The illegals in New York still will not leave their hotels. I've just saw on Fox News they are refusing to leave the hotels even after they ransacked the place and put almost the entire thing in debt. Piles of food were thrown out. The hotels, rooms, staircases were a mess with people fornicating all over the stairways and in public, which is never good and is beyond despicable, disgusting, and vile. So, yeah. Mayor, what's his face? You asked for this. You said, hey, New York is a place for refugees. We're a sanctuary city, or whatever he said. And now, they have more crime than anyone else. Speaking of crime, I heard about this. Some weatherman that got beaten to near death because he was defending an old man that was being harassed by youths. So, yeah. That is not good in any sense. If you try to defend someone from being harassed, you in turn gets harassed, beaten and bruised. And then, of course, about the whole thing in California, 10 people or 11, I don't know the exact numbers because they keep on updating shit. But a lot of them were, shot. And that's not good. Again, it doesn't matter if you're a conservative or a Democrat. Lives should not be taken unless you know for a fact they are despicable people. Like, I have no idea who these people were, so I'm not going to assume they were evil, despicable, communist, socialist, Marxist, voodoo people. All I know is there were just random Californians. Not all Californians are bad. I have seen some good Californians try to, be a better person in these conservative states. But unto the moral point, lives were still lost, and that's not good, okay? Now from switching subject to subject, Papalosi's video of him opening up the door with that freak behind him with a hammer was released. And it turns out they were wrong. The police didn't open the door. Paul Pelosi did. And yeah, they even now showed footage of said perpetrator breaking into the house with a hammer. But for some reason the alarms didn't go off, which was, at the time, that was the Speaker of the House's home, so And the third most powerful person in the entire union that we have created, they don't have security systems. I mean, they have cameras, but an alarm went beep, 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 as soon as the bloody window was touched, let alone broken. But it's finally revealed that, yes, Papalotli did in fact open the door first. But only after he tried to take away the hammer from the perpetrator started beating his bloody head in, and then the police had to break in, not break in, but force their way in through the door and try to actually, put him down. Not like that, but, like try to hold him down and cuff him. And again, I don't know Paul personally, but I still don't like his wife. I mean, seriously, have you seen that? But still, if that could happen to Papalotli, that could happen to anyone in politics. Even from the Democrats or from the Republicans. That could happen to even our current House Speaker, Kevin McCarthy. If that could happen to Nancy Pelosi's husband, that could happen to McCarthy's wife. I don't know if he's married or not, that's not my business, I don't care about his personal life, and none of my business, but still. Perpetrators and criminals should still be held accountable, okay? Even if they are Democrats or Republicans. Because no matter what, forcing or harassing your political adversaries through violence is never the right answer. I'm starting to learn that, yes, even if they are from the Democrat or from the Republican, it's still not right. It is unlawful, immoral, and we are the party of reason. We are the party of peace. We are the party of, non-violence. And I'm trying to learn that to be a good and honest politician of the GOP, to represent us freely, responsibly, and morally. But on to another subject. Some more stuff is still going on in Ukraine. But that is not really important because an egg factory, I don't know if that's the proper term, an egg factory, but basically that giant plantation plant where all the eggs and chickens were being processed, one of the biggest ones in the nation, suddenly burst into flames. It took them on maybe a dozen or so fire departments to actually put the damn thing out. And of course that's not good, because now we are suffering an even bigger shortage of chicken and eggs. I went out to the local grocery store, like over there, but here's the thing. Excuse me. A carton of eggs for a dozen cost almost $6. $6! And for the 18-pack, it was almost $9. I still remember when at Meijer, you could get them for no less than 24 cents a carton. So yes, this is not going good. This is not going good for anyone. And what does Bill Gates do? He still promotes that fake meat. Fake meat is not tasty. And here's another thing I have to say. Plants don't really have protein. They have vitamins. Vitamins. When was the last time you heard that celery had protein, huh? Huh? I haven't. Celery, rutabagas, well, they're more like a rutabaga, but anyways, like cauliflower, cucumbers, they're more of a fruit now for some reason, but my point is that vegetables don't have protein. Beans are not a vegetable, they are a legume. They are a legume. Different. They are a legume. They have some protein, but not enough. Our bodies need actual meat. Think of it, if we could survive solely on plant-based proteins, why the hell did we create an entire industry based around meat? Huh? We've been eating meat for, let's see, how many years now? Oh yes, probably since before the medieval era, for Christ's sake. Plant-based proteins is not enough for our bodies. Think of it, you wouldn't feed a lion plant-based proteins, would you, huh? You wouldn't feed a cougar plant-based proteins. You wouldn't feed the man, the myth, the legend, the absolute unit, Chuck Norris plant-based protein, would you know? Because those things are actual animals. And then Chuck Norris is above animals because he is Chuck Norris. He is a man. You wouldn't try to feed your baby only plant-based proteins, would you? No, they need some actual meat in them once they grow to the appropriate age. You can't survive solely on plant-based stuff because our body... Actually, here's the thing. There was some time ago we had something called the food pyramid, okay? The food pyramid, where you would need your meats, your dairy, your veggies, your fruits, and your grains, all in an organized fashion. They tried to get rid of that, saying that you can live off plant-based proteins, and you don't need red meats. Oh, really? Here's the thing. Red meat has more iron in it than any vegetable. Vegetables do have some iron, yes, but it's not enough. Not to mention the calorie count. I've eaten celery. It's just water. But I've already read what's mostly made in celery. Celery is just a water-based plant. Like cantaloupe. Cantaloupe is a water-based plant, like apples. Think of it. Most of these fruits and vegetables, they're mostly just water, like cucumbers. Mostly water. That's why, you know, they are good for hydration. Cantaloupe, watermelon. Maybe even an apple here too, or mainly made to rehydrate you. They're not meant to feed you. You wouldn't live solely on, I don't know, apples, would you? With that and the acid will actually eat away your stomach, but here's the point. You would not actually try to eat only vegetables just to survive, okay? We are not herbivores. We are omnivores. We eat meats and plants equally because we need a balanced diet. A balanced diet of meats, vegetables, fruits, maybe a milk here and too, you know, this dairy, and some grains here and there because that's how we survived for the past, how many years have we been on this earth? It depends on if you consider America as a whole or the entire species of humanity as a whole, because for America, we've been doing this for, I don't know, for over 200 years now. Almost 210 years of this. But the whole species as a whole, as humans, we've been having a nice proper diet for, I don't know, since probably the beginning of Earth, if you even believe in Scientology or Catholic Christian stuff. I'm a Catholic, of course, but I still believe that we were still eating meat for a long time. We were eating meat for a long, long time. And nothing bad happened. Nothing bad happened for eating meat. And these PETA people, you know, PETA, the organization trying to save animals by killing them inhumanely, they have no idea what some animals are made for. They give the argument, would you eat your own dog? First off, no, I am not poor enough to do that. I'm in America, not in Venezuela. But second of all, that is an apples to orange comparison. You will not compare a dog to a bloody pig. Okay? First off, pigs are actually way smarter than dogs, but they are more quantity. Think of it. There are more pigs, you know, chickens, cows, and maybe even horses and lambs than there are actual pets, like actual pets. You wouldn't really consider a horse a pet unless you're a rancher. Even then, that's not really a pet. That is a means of transport. You know, horses were only really eaten for food if they were desperate. Like during the wars, during like the 1800s and 1700s, horses were really based for food if they were out of everything else. But even so, who really cares what these vegans say? I mean, you can't really say it's inhumane to kill a bunch of turkeys to be used as food, and then forget about the whole crisis in, you know, in the southern border. where hundreds and hundreds of pounds of fentanyl are killing innocent lives. So when it's a turkey, it's a genocide. But when it's a bunch of these teenagers, it's nothing, which I don't agree with. Human lives are more important because when was the last time you saw a chicken do your taxes? When was the last time you saw a horse fill up your gas? When was the last time you saw a pig change your tires? They don't. Besides, they have the greatest sacrifice of all, sacrificing their lives to become food for us so we can survive. That is the greatest sacrifice anyone can do, sacrificing yourself for the greater good of one's nation or one's civilization. That is the greatest sacrifice anyone can do. And I mentioned the fact that these animals, they are sentient, yes, but they're not really conscious. They don't have a thought like we do. They cannot speak, they cannot eat or drink like us, they can't read like us. Unless you're a pet, they are some smart buggers. But onto the more point that I don't like vegans and vegetarians, not because of the vegans and vegetarians, because of how much they try to make us feel bad about eating meat. But if they would never say that to a lion, like they would never try to shame a lion, because here's the thing about lions, they don't care if you're vegan or not. If you're made of meat, you're going to be eat. And to make sure this video doesn't go to like bloody 30 minutes, I'm just gonna wrap up with a few of the things I have to say. Mostly to things going with the news. Let's see about the news. Let's see here. Oh yes, Biden still won't shoot down the Chinese spy balloon even though that isn't interfering with our airspace. See what's on here? Oh yes, Kerry Lake is still in action. Omar is still trying. Yeah, but more onto the point, this is just despicable. No matter what happens, the left are still trying to make everything about race. Okay, no matter what they do, no matter what we do, everything is racist, sexist, homophobic, transphobic, even if the person in question has done none of those things to speak in their mind. I mean, no matter what us conservatives do, they will still try to make it all about race. I don't see race, mostly because I hate everyone equally in the same measures. Because I'm not a racist, I just don't like people at all. And that is something you can take to the bank, okay? Okay, I'm not making this video shorter by not doing anything else. So this is the end of the video for now. Please comment below anything useful, like, subscribe, and I will be back sooner or later. The end.